What it do, homie? So came by via donation. Thomas is sick of this heresy. Thomas the Tank Engine meme, but in the style of Warhammer. Grimdark Tavern is the person. Let's go ahead, shut up and turn it up. What are we talking about here?
Oh, you lads, you hear that sound so dire.
Steel on stone and cleansing fire.
Smoke rolls in and the air turns gray.
Thomas rolls in to make them pay.
Thomas is sick of his heresy. Wheels of wrath and purity. Bolt gun arms and cannon eyes. Crushing skulls neath holy skies. Faith and steel is all he knows. Purge the war with dread, not blows.
I mean, I suppose, I guess, yeah. The real question, so I don't know what exactly am I looking at here, right? This is a style of the armor, right? That they wear. The real question is if Thomas was part of the human faction, right? Is this the armor that he would be wearing? I have a reaction to the every single faction explained, but guys, that's a lot. It's a lot of information. It really is. But whichever style that this one is mimicking, is this the one that Thomas the Tank would have chosen? You know what I mean? I mean, he is full of steel, basically a tank, so it would make sense. It's just funny that I guess he would fight for the. I mean, he's man-made, so he would fight for the Emperor. You almost kind of had no choice. Who thinks of this, bad? So you know what? Thomas the Tank Engine. Warhammer. Heresy.
He once pulled trucks down gentle tracks.
Now he hunts in iron black.
Engine sears chant with trembling breath.
Thomas brings the heretic's death.
Thomas is sick of his heresy. No retreat, no clemency. Servo hymns and plasma cores. He slams through daemons, wrecks and wars. By the throne he takes a stand with a bolter in each hand. He thunders loud through ruin and flame.
Screaming chaos knows his name.
Once a train for childlike cheer.
Now a saint in war machine gear.
Thomas is sick of his heresy. Faith-bound dread and sanctity. Marching forth through death and smoke.
If I'm remembering something correctly, oh God, wasn't there something that could reanimate inanimate objects? Nah, I could be tripping. You know what's funny? I really am trying to figure out why this would make sense. You know what I mean? Like, if he did exist in the Warhammer universe, like there was a face, a sentient being that was delivering things.
Heresy, faith-bound dread and sanctity. Marching forth through death and smoke. Crushing heretics like brittle oak. Sing his name with iron breath. Thomas rolls in armored death.
I almost want to see some animation.
No demon spares a final cry.
When Thomas meets them eye to eye,
With skulls upon his armored chest.
he sends their filth to final rest.
Thomas is sick of his heresy. Built for war and blessed decree. Once a toy, now dread divine. Fueled by
Divine?
hate and sacred line. Praise the forge and sing with pride. The heretics will not survive.
Who brought him to life, though? Wait a minute. Before you go, I mean, we got a solo going on here, but that rhythm that you had, that I was kind of feeling that. Hold on. Hey.
So raise your mugs and down that brew.
With Thomas and his holy crew,
When darkness crawls and hope is lost,
he brings salvation at all costs.
Thomas is sick of his heresy. Wars like wrath
machine. See,
Flame, bodies are wrapped, they'll die in shame. Dreads of doom and ice so wide, all hail Thomas, dread sanctified.
Dread. Okay, Dread. Oh, Dread sanctified. Because
Thomas is sick of this heresy.
you know, I follow another channel that's called Endless Taverns, right? And they kind of make music that's just kind of based off a lot of like Warhammer, recently, and still actually Warhammer, Space Marine, no, not Space Marines, Helldivers, you know what I mean? But Grimdark, what we do here, music, it's almost kind of similar. But I wonder if yours got a little hint of funniness to it, right? You funny? Like, is that just that one? Oh, I see. You almost kind of do the same. Yo, here's something very interesting. So when I was doing some reactions to some Warhammer stuff, right? And I still do them loosely, you know what I mean? Cinematics for the most part. What I've seen and what my experience was that people were craving more, you know what I mean? In the media sense. Specifically from, you know, the people who make the Warhammer stuff, you know, official media and stuff. And they don't put out that much. They don't. I mean, obviously they have, you know, your figures, you know, the games and whatnot, but like any movies or little shorts or whatnot, I think it's far and few in between. So I was getting that, like, people were saying it wasn't that much of this, wasn't that much of that, but while they were recommending something over and over and over again, some things that I've already seen already, you know what I mean? So we rely on these creators. So what was another? What's his name? I think his name was Max or something like that. Just one of them that makes content that's just around the Warhammer 40K universe. And for the most part, it's always going to be, you know, good, because people want more, you know what I mean? Even if it's just theories. And then here comes AI in the generation of music and everything. And I see they're not doing like stupid amount of views, you know what I mean? But what I do see is that there is an audience for this. You know what I mean? That's interesting, that there's an audience, that even if it is AI generated, people still going to come and listen to it because it's something new. And it's about the Warhammer 40K universe. It may not be canon, but it at least piques your interest, right? That's interesting. You know, the whole AI stuff and everything, I'm kind of like right there in the middle because I see both the pros and both the cons. I am a musician myself, so I definitely understand that side. But I also see the other side of people who've never been able to have a creative bone in their life, all of a sudden expressing things. They are getting really, really interesting results out of these things right now. But that's the thing that I've seen when it comes to like these taverns or these other type of channels, is that it's generally a lot of Warhammer 40K stuff. And I think that's the reason why. Is because it's filling a void, right? That hasn't been filled before. Otherwise, why are they performing like they're performing? That shows that there's a market, that there's people out there that want to hear this stuff. So I don't know. That type of stuff can all be in my head. I enjoy them. You know what I mean? I don't know that much about the universe, but I learn a little bit about it because some of these are inspired. You know, you take something different. And the Warhammer universe is so vast. There's so many stories, small, big, like you literally got content for it. So why not? You know what I mean? But regardless, and you can do funny stuff like this, right? Thomas, put him in there. Because why not? Hey, let's get who else can we put up in there, bro? Let's get Barney in there, man. I feel like he'd be a menace. Anyways, I'm just yapping. Appreciate those that stuck around for it. Let me know what you thought about this video down in the comments. Dave's out.